All right.
Shalom, brothers. Shalom. We are the Israelites. We come to preach the truth of the Bible. We tell the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that you are the Israelites according to the Bible and to teach the downfall of America. But before that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'arah Kakadash.
and double honor to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect.
All right, so we're going to make this probably a quick camp because we're also camping tomorrow, Lord willing, Abaratazah. But we wanted to just get into, we're going to keep it simple. And through the Spirit, we was having a little dialogue. We always have dialogue before camp, kind of going, letting the Lord basically put thy words in thy mouth, right? Actually, here you go, brethren. Yeah, that one. Put thy words in thy mouth. So we were just having a conversation, and, brothers was always self-reflecting, right? And we were talking about different types of men, right? We're talking about different types of men. And what I mean by that is, we always say there's three types of men. There's sheep, there's wolves, and there's lions, right? And the reason why we, Shalom, Moses, Shalom, bro. The reason why we say there's three different types of men, and now we can equate this with the scriptures, where it says every man has his own lot. Every man was given its own purpose. Every man has his own way of moving, right? We have some that are just natural leaders. We would call these lions, now mind you, or we would call them alphas, right? Now, if you look up the definition of an alpha is a man that's a natural leader. He's one that understands his own power, but is infectious to the point where he spreads his power and he brings people along. That's an alpha.
He highlights the strength and abilities of
all those around him. That's a natural alpha. Alphas naturally, like, people gravitate, right? This is also, according to, Corinthians?
Gifts.
The different gifts in Corinthians? Yeah. In Corinthians, talks about how the Holy Spirit gives different gifts to different people. Now, mind you, it's all one and the same to come together because we're all a body together. Not everybody can be alpha, right? You might also even have wolves. Now, wolves are very strong, right? They're actually better off in packs than they are actually leading the show. They're usually really good with support, but you can have, like, mind you, got
have an alpha wolf.
You can have an alpha wolf amongst the pack who is not the lion, but is so powerful that you would probably get confused between the alpha and the alpha wolf leader until they come together, and you'll see the differences, right? Whereas though those are part of the pack, they like to be assimilated in the pack. They might have the power to be alpha, but they'd rather stay in their own little nook, which basically lets you know that they're not alpha, because alphas naturally lead. Now, mind you, I'm saying all of this because we look at the camps, right? And we look at the men of the Lord, and we look at all the people around the world that's pushing this truth, man. And we have those out there who are leaders of men, right? And I would say shepherds of the Lord's own heart, which is a beautiful thing. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. And a lot of people that have that title of alpha usually didn't have to ask for the title. It was given freely. And that's how you know it's of the Lord. Those who are more of wolves, right? And I'm not saying a wolf is a bad thing, right? I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But those who are wolves, there's some wolves out here trying to be lions until real lions come around, and then they diminish into their own skin, right? It's not a bad thing. Every man has his purpose and has his gifts for the greater good of Yahweh Shem Shai, right? And I'm making this prevalent right now because after we were having conversations about this, how some people, like, not perfect example, I'll use, who's a good, okay, we can use the Philadelphia Eagles, right? And I'm just giving a quick little layer of understanding real quick, right? We got Jalen Hurts, who is the leader of the team, right? Then we got Saquon Barkley, who is another leader of the team. But every time you hear Saquon Barkley talk, when they try to big him up as the reason for them winning, he always pushes the energy and leadership back to Jalen Hurts. Why? Because Jalen Hurts is a natural alpha. Not saying that Saquon Barkley isn't, but every man has his own role and his own place. So when it comes to this truth, right, there are those who are meant to be respected a little. And when I say respected, I know the Lord has no respect of men, right? What I mean by they're honored a little higher than others. Like, here we go. Matter of fact, let's use the elders and apostles. You got Apostle Tahar, who's literally the leader of the free world. right? If you will, for those who are under that banner. Then you have Apostle Gabar. Apostle Gabar, right, is technically an alpha in his own right. I like listening to Apostle Gabar speak more than Apostle Tahar, only because my spirit resonates that way, the way he edifies and things like that, right? But when Apostle Tahar comes into the building or he starts to speak, everybody brings it back down.
Natural order.
It's a natural order that just comes to things, right? That is divine of the Lord, man. That's why we believe those men are actually men of the Lord, and they are the leaders of the free world. But Apostle Tahar is that alpha head. You know, now we know that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is above all of that, but we're just talking about on the mortal amongst men, right? You know, and then get that in Corinthians, the Lord gives gifts to all, right? And then we're going to start getting into it. But this is a conversation we were having because some men gravitate towards power easier. Like it's like you'll have some men that don't need to be corrected as much because they're self-correcting. These are usually alphas. They might not need for somebody to come pick them back up because they're already picking themselves up of the Lord. Mind you, I'm just giving perspective here, all right? Take this with and a carnal side. I'm not talking about, but this is all of the Lord, right? Then you have other men who seem really strong, but always need some kind of support or they're going to fall. That doesn't mean that man is weak. That just means that man was meant for support of the alpha. That man might even be stronger physically than an alpha. But the thought process and the way a person moves, his aura, the spirit of a man is what shows, right? Wisdom is what shows. A person can be 6'5", 330 pounds, built like a brick, but the leader might be the smallest boy in the crew. Why? Because his aura, his mind, the way he carries himself, his spirit is what's the most dominant. Or we like to call in the world, he got aura, right? So get that?
1 Corinthians starting at the top. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. Ye know that you were Gentiles carried away unto these dumb idols, even as you were led. Wherefore I will give you to understand that no man speaking by the Spirit of Yahweh called Yahweh Shah cursed, and that no man can say that Yahweh Shah is the Lord, but the Holy Spirit. Mm-hmm. Now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit. And there are differences in administrations, but the same Lord. And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same power which worketh in all.
So it's basically letting you know that the Lord has a divine hierarchy on purpose because not everybody can be in the driver's seat. But the driver can't drive if his mirrors are broken. That's support. The driver can't drive if he ain't got no gasoline in the tank, which is the spirit. The driver can't drive if he don't have a handler next to him showing him, yo. Because mind you, if you see like NASCAR, they usually have, in some racing, they usually have what? A person sitting with them the whole ride, helping them navigate. Off-road, that's support. The driver might be the one who's getting the limelight, but without all the support system, things won't come together to its full fruition. And right, this is what they're saying. Go ahead.
Verse 7. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal. For to one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom,
See?
and another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit. To another faith by the same Spirit, to another the gifts of healing by the same Spirit, to another the working of miracles, to another prophecy, to another discerning of spirits, to another diverse kinds of tongues, and to another the interpretation of tongues.
Exactly. So every man is given his own gift, right? But who's the one giving the gifts? Obviously, it's Yahweh Bashem Yahushua through the what? The Rakak Kodash, the Holy Spirit, right? Not every man is meant to be a lion, just like not every man is meant to be a wolf, just like not every man is meant to be a sheep. Just because you are in one of these levels does not mean you're not important for the overall. And this is what I'm trying to get brothers to understand. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I've been running into a lot of brothers who are, if you will, in their flesh. And what I mean by that, to be envious, right? Prideful, jealous, and all these things because they see something that they are not, but not understanding that what they have is just as powerful from a different perspective. And that can cause contention. That can cause contention and strife amongst the body. if people don't know what their rightful place is or what their lot is, right? Some brothers are very eloquent into wisdom and history. Other brothers are support. Other brothers are concordance, where they just know where scriptures are. They might not be able to speak very well, but if you ask them, yo, where that John where it talks about the gifts? Oh, Corinthians. I got it. All right. First Corinthians. Right. Go ahead.
I got something.
I think second and 12, the dream that brother. 2 Corinthians 12 is when Paul was the dream.
I got something.
Yeah, so I'm gonna continue into go to 8. For to one is given by the Spirit of the word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit, to another by faith by the same Spirit, to another to another faith by the same Spirit, to another the gifts of healing by the same Spirit, to another the working of miracles, to another prophecy, to another discerning of spirits, to another diverse kinds of tongues, to another the interpretation of tongues. But all these work of that one and the self same Spirit, dividing to every man severally as he will.
As he will. Go ahead.
For as the body is one and hath many members, and all the members of that one body, being many, are one body, so also is Yahushua.
Exactly. So brothers need to understand what their rightful places are and where they fit in. What a lot of people are more concerned about is pride, ego, right? And what I mean by that is you might have a brother that's very eloquent, or he might be the leader and you can't, right? There's brothers that might be feeling envious about it, like, oh man, he think he the bull, but they're not understanding that the head of your camp can't function without the body, right? You might have a head, but if you ain't got a neck to move the head, how the hell you gonna move it? If you ain't got a torso to be able to stand up, or legs to stand up, or arms to move, or to grab it, the body is pointless, right? A severed head can't do nothing by itself, but a full body put together is mighty.
You know, another thing too, a lot of younger brothers are insecure brothers, right? Because you have men, and it's truth that you can be an insecure, I'm gonna just speak plainly here, you could be an insecure, effeminate man that comes into the truth. And it's okay if you were effeminate and insecure and weak, but it's all about not staying that way, coming strong, right? But if you were that way in the world, you're a cornball, I would say, or a loser in the world, and these are character traits. You don't have to stay, you're not born a loser, you act like a loser, and you stay a loser. If you're a loser in the world, you come into the truth, and you keep those same loser, cornball tendencies and traits. Jealousy is one, envy is one, hating is one, pride, ego, just always trying to fit in, being a man pleaser. These are cornball traits, loser traits, right? Not being a leader,
being pleasers of men and not the Lord.
Men. So you were that way in the world. You come into the truth, you're the same way. And when you come into a position to where a man is an authority above you, right, because of tenure, stature, that's just his position in the camp. He's the head. The head of the organization, business, he can be humble and he can be fair with everybody, but he still has to speak and direct from a manner in a position of power. And sometimes that position of power comes from aggression or assertiveness. Like, yo, look, that's what I need you to do, bro. Yo. Wait, why you bullshit, bro? Yo, I told you I need this, don't da-da-da. He's not belittling you, but he tasked you with something and you didn't follow through. What do you expect of him? And say, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it, be soft. Well, I understand you would probably know.
And you want to know what that underlining thing is? That's ego and pride. Some brothers are so prideful they can't even take the correction that's actually trying to help them.
They can't stand that dominant masculine energy. Sometimes
not even that. It's just their pride and ego. Like pride and ego can even, and we were talking about this earlier. Pride and ego can even overwrite. Pride and ego can even make you dismiss fear. What I mean by that is this: some brothers, right, are tying their hands behind their back. Ain't nobody tying your hands. It's you tying your hands, and it takes them to hit rock bottom for them to make any changes. Why wait till the last minute to change? And then when someone comes along, who's usually an alpha or leader, who can see the issues that you have, will go, hey, yo, stop doing this and stop doing that. And I promise you, if you do this, do that, it's going to be, you're going to have a way better time the ego and pride of a person could go, nah, man, come on, what you mean, dog? That's how I am, though. Bro, I'm only telling you about yourself because I'm trying to help you, not because I'm trying to pull you down, right? Some people can't take sound doctrine, and it usually comes with pride and ego. Like we were talking about fear. Let's just say you've been talking about, and I'm going to use, you've been talking about buying this car. You've been talking, or I'm going to say starting this business. You've been talking about starting this business for the past year. Every time I talk to you, you're like, yeah, man, you know, I'm going to go to class, I'm going to get this done, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then every time we come around, you bring it up. Like, yeah, I'm about that. Yo, bro, you've been telling me this for the past 6 to 8 months.
I was telling Kamada, I told him the psychology behind it is that
when you speak it into existence, it makes you feel, it's like a dopamine hit,
yeah,
because it makes you feel like you actually accomplished something that you did.
So when you tell, and it's not even speaking, it's telling people, when you tell people, yo, I'm about to do this, yo, I'm thinking about doing this, it releases the same amount of dopamine in your brain as if you actually accomplished it. And so therefore, you don't have that drive and that sense of urgency to actually work towards it.
And then know what people do like that? And then let's just say it's 10 steps to get to your goal. They took forever to make the first step, and as soon as they made that first step, now they bragging about it. Like, yeah, bro, I told you I was going to go get the book. Bro, why are you telling them about the book when you should be already here? Right?
We've been talking about this for months. And how quick did it take you to get the book? You had to go to the store and grab it.
You know what that is? Fear.
It's been 6 months.
Fear. 2 Timothy 1:7. Fear usually comes from pride. And I know it sounds weird. It sounds weird. When a person can't admit that they have fear, or can't admit that they are being procrastinating, or they can't admit that
they don't know
that they're the ones tying their hands behind their back, or they always making excuses for why they couldn't do this or why they frustrated with this, instead of looking at the bigger picture. Hey, yo, bro, are you that prideful that you're shooting yourself in the foot? Are you that so egotistic that you can't hear somebody tell you, hey, yo, bro, the reason why you're not at step 10 right now is because you ain't even get to step 3. And every time I talk to you, you still talking about getting to step 2. You was bragging about step 1 2 months ago. What happened to 2, 3, and 4? Where's your process? Fear is going to stop you from getting on the chariot. Ego and pride is going to be your downfall and pull you into the pit. A lot of brothers in this truth are still stuck in their same ways because they're too fearful or prideful or egotistic to actually take the leap of faith, which is what? We're supposed to lean on the Lord. If this is mind you, doesn't it say in the scriptures, come to the throne boldly? Why does it say come to the throne boldly? Because if you're doing what you're supposed to do, seek ye the kingdom of heaven first, and everything else should be added on to you, right? And you are really in this truth, and you really believe these scriptures, you should be actually living them. And if you were living them, you wouldn't be as prideful, egotistic, or what? Fearful.
You wouldn't be afraid to take action.
Take action or risk.
Most people don't take action because they're afraid to fail. And they're afraid to they're afraid to fail in front of the eyes of men. Because everybody thinks that if I go and I start a business or a project, I have to be instant success. Whereas no, sometimes it takes to fail. Yo, did you start that project? Yeah, man, I did start the business, man, and it didn't work out the way I thought it was. But you know, I went back to the drawing board and I'm reevaluating things.
But you learned.
But I'm still putting in the work.
But guess what? That leap of faith to start a business, that leap of faith to take your last $5,000 to buy a lot, that is trusting in the Lord. Because if you're a man of the Lord, you understand that the Lord controls what? All things. And if you're doing what you're supposed to do, pride is swallowed up. Ego is swallowed up. There's no reasoning or room for any of that. But the pride of a man is usually his downfall and destruction. The richest people in the world, obviously, not talking about those who sold their souls and all this other.
Right. Those who actually worked hard.
Those who worked hard, usually what do? They take a leap of faith. If you ever look at like
even just your everyday people that you see driving around that own a business, and they might only profit $200,000 a year.
Yep, and then
guess what? They work for themselves.
After taxes and fees and paying and whatever, they might have only pocketed maybe $120,000 out of it. But guess what?
That's more than
that is successful because you
95% of the world.
You took a leap of faith, trusting in your power. And I'm speaking to you Israelites, trusting in your power enough to go, the Lord got me. I keep telling other people, yo, trust in the Lord. Look at the many generations of old, and whoever called upon the name of the Lord, whoever feared the Lord, and was ever forsaken, right?
But you don't even take your
But you don't even take your own advice after you just preached it to the world. but then you wonder why you're still stuck in the same spot. And this goes for all of us. Because I'm pretty sure every last one of us, you, me, including everybody, has always wanted to do something that they've never even started and they only thought about and talked about. Let's say I'll use something as simple as you needed to fix your credit. You know you need to go buy a house, but your credit's shot. You keep talking about credit. So you go on TikTok and you see videos of how to fix your credit and get anything wiped off. And you got all the information. It's been loaded into your fucking phone 10 times and you still never sent the first letter. 6 months go by, your credit's still in the dirt, and you like, man, I should have already, bro, you already had the information. Did you even try?
Go ahead. This is 1 Corinthians 9 and 27 in the NLT. It reads, I discipline my body like an athlete, training it to do what it should. Otherwise, I fear that after preaching to others, I might myself be disqualified.
That is fuck. Excuse my language. That's fire.
I did a whole lesson yesterday on...
It was at NLT?
NLT.
Oh my
I did a whole lesson yesterday.
Reading the KJV, I want to hear what it sounds like in the KJV real quick.
Go watch my lesson I did yesterday, bro. It's all on discipline and like putting off the weak nature.
And it's weak nature. But why is it weak nature? Because it's pride, it's ego. A lot of brothers ain't doing nothing with their lives because of pride and ego, and they'll share and use the Lord in a reverse effect and say, oh, the Lord don't want us to get rich. Brother. The Lord said that money is a hedge of protection.
You ain't rich don't mean millionaire, multi-millionaire. But enough to where you don't have to think about money.
Exactly. And then also, money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. No one's telling you to worship money. We know who our master is. Who is yours?
Let me grab this.
Go ahead.
And I'll go back to that. Because it's going to tie into...
What was that original scripture?
2 Timothy 1:7.
No, 1 Corinthians 9:27.
Oh, yeah, I'm going
to go to KJV. Let me just grab this real quick.
Right.
Because this is going to land back off what you just said. Like, the conversation of money and the truth is a very, like, touchy situation. And the reason why is because, and it's not really touchy, it's only touchy amongst, let's be honest, Great Millstone. Because a lot of brothers in Great Millstone put themselves in a box.
They also talk about living a plain life. But mind you, what does the word plain mean?
It's subjective, though.
Yep. But what does the word plain mean? If you go,
perfect.
It means perfect. Upright. It means actually what? Peculiar. It means that you are special. You're a little better than everybody else.
Exactly.
So being plain is not the way they use the word plain today versus how it was given to us in the scriptures. Two different things. You want to be a plain man. A plain man is upright. He's doing everything that the Lord told him to do. And guess what? And he's thriving.
He's literally putting forth his best effort in his life.
And he's thriving.
This is the thing, right? And this is why I've never fallen into that propaganda. And I did at one point, but I would never do it again. Because if I never would have fell into the propaganda, I would be in a different place now. But it's okay because it's all the Lord's plan. But the brothers in Great Millstone, and not all brothers, because there are a few brothers you'll see that they own anything.
Yeah, they got nice cars, they got houses, and I know a lot of brothers got money, and mind you, we're not talking about getting rich. It's a mindset.
Not even about having.
It's a mindset.
Right.
And it's not about material things, it's all spiritual. Right. But how can you sit here and speak of the spiritual? Because everything in the spiritual manifests into the physical or the flesh.
If you're disciplined and you're hardworking,
you're guaranteed to what?
To win.
To win. You're guaranteed to win. If you are literally doing what brother, you're absolutely right. If you're doing literally what the scriptures tell you to do, there's nothing that's going to stop you from obtaining the things that you desire.
I tell you what, right? You got brothers that will be disciplined in business and finance in the world, but it doesn't translate over to the work. But if you truly are living after, and I say living, because some brothers emphasize the work too much. And I say that because you think that your faith is so low that you have to justify your faith by your works. Faith without works is dead. Yes, but when I say works, I mean literally teaching the word. Yeah. Because the biggest portion of the work is your day-to-day life. Yep. And how you live for the Lord. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest thing, because you have brothers who will be delivered that don't teach the word. Yep. You got brothers who teach the word that won't be delivered because their life is shit, because they only focus on, I'm just going to put up 6 lessons a day.
They're not applying the scriptures to their own lives.
2 lessons a day. I'm going out and teaching 5 days a week. Fuck that. I'm not going to work. I know my bills and I'm struggling, but...
And the Lord tells us to use wisdom and have an equal balance. So we're not telling brothers to stop doing the work or slow down the work. Every man his own lot. Let's make this very clear. We're treading lightly. We are supposed to do the work. Why? Because it proves our faith.
It's 10:17 p.m.
I had 2 hours of sleep since yesterday.
I work 16 hours a day.
Exactly.
I just got off.
Exactly.
I don't even have my garment. I said, you know what? I'm going to camp.
Exactly. Right? Because faith without works is dead, but our what? We are not redeemed by our what? Our works. We're redeemed by our faith.
Yep.
So it goes hand in hand, but at the end of the day, you can't be out here on the corner preaching, talking about prosperity in the scriptures and the Lord.
Being hardworking
being hard working and discipline.
Not
Because
fear.
one thing the Lord says about hard work and discipline. If you, first of all, I'm going to use this brother right here. This brother literally has some of the highest discipline when it comes to his body I've ever seen. We were literally at the Eagles game the other day, and I'm talking about we had VIP, all you can eat buffet, and you could have anything. This man still was over there eating just like chicken and vegetables. And I'm like, dog, they got
cheesesteak sliders,
cheesesteak this, and beef ribs, and bro, I'm over here like, I'm getting some of this. He over here like, nah, man, I'm eat some of these, and I'm over here. He being conscious, right? The gym closed at 10 o'clock. He get out of work at 9. He's shooting there to get at least the last 30 minutes in. Discipline.
That's true too.
What we know, bro. We talk, bro. We speaking plainly.
But if you could apply it to one thing, you should be able to apply it
to all things.
All things that have priority in your life.
Yep.
First and foremost, the work of the Lord.
It's the first thing. It's the first priority.
Yep.
This is our actual job. Our other jobs just help us supplement this job.
Second to that should be your finances, and third should be your physical.
Because
physique.
how can you be good unto others if you can't be good unto yourself? How can you sit here and be a covering for your family when you can't even discipline yourself to stay focused on a path?
Yep.
How can you sit here, you love the Lord, but you treat your life like shit? And then you sit here and mask it by saying, well, I be out doing the work 5 times a week, but you sitting here, don't got a crib. You refuse to get a 9 to 5 because
you like your free time, your freedom. I used to feel the same way, but guess what? I gave that shit up, and guess what? My money went 3 times, 4 times.
Shalom.
And now that I had this, I sacrificed that freedom. Now my money is up, and now I can use that money to invest in other stuff. And now,
brother, and also even enjoy yourself, even when you go to trip or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
exactly. And I know how to enjoy my day
the
off.
brother just said shalom.
Shalom, brother.
He says I'm working on my pride and ego, and I'm low key ashamed of myself. See, being ashamed is not a bad thing. Shame is good. Why? Because it makes you have a contrite spirit.
Yep.
So shame is a good thing. Shame is made for people to check themselves.
Yep.
I feel it all the time too. I'll sit here and look back and like, damn, I probably need to. I should have did that. Damn, Lord, forgive me. I know you mad at me right now. Look. I humbly come to the throne for forgiveness, please.
A lack of shame is the biggest problem we have.
And guess what? The lack of shame is the biggest problem we have in America.
That's true.
Right? People are not shamed enough. So they don't have any fear of the Lord.
And people say, "Oh, don't judge. We listen, but we don't judge."
That is demonic. That's demonic because they're basically saying, "Don't hold me accountable. Don't show me shame, so all my sins could just live freely." The Lord says, I created this law for a reason and a purpose. If you break this law, shame should be upon you, right? Because remember, you rather take the shame than the death that's supposed to come with it.
I'd rather a walk of shame for a sin I clearly committed than to be stoned to death for that sin.
Ego will stop you from growth.
Because then what? You'll actually earn more respect from people from admitting you're wrong and feeling ashamed and then doing better. People are like, yo, he fucked up, but that brother turned his life around.
And let's bring this full circle. Most alphas, believe it or not, are the least prideful. Because they understand that great power comes with great responsibility. And they're supposed to be ones that govern the entire body. So they have to be able to humble themselves enough to go, it's not just about me. A lot of sheep and wolves are usually what? Very prideful. Are prideful and egotistic. And this is why I say that. Your ego will stop you from understanding your own fear.
The only
I ain't got no fear. So why didn't you make that step to better yourself? Well, nah, dog. Yo, bro, you being prideful right now. Your ego is stopping you from growing. Or you might have your alpha might come to you and can't pull you to the side. Hey, yo, brother, I've been noticing you've been slouching a little bit, or you've been doing this, you've been doing that.
then
You've
you
been talking a
quick to
good
make
game,
an excuse.
and you quick to, yo, man, come on, this is how I am, man. Like, come on, man.
Nah, well, see, what happened was, bro, look, yo, I've been going
Ego.
through
Instead
something.
of just going, whoa,
Okay.
you know what? You're right. I have been acting like that. And you know what? I do be doing that. And you know what? You're more than likely right.
I had to get on. I had to cuss. Not really cuss her. I had to get on my woman the other day about that. She kept making excuses. I'm like, yo. You talk about you want this. Well, you're not acting like it. I'm like, yo, you're not really about this. It's somebody out there that's working 2 times harder
Than you. And it's
They want
always
it more
somebody
than you.
working harder than you. Right? People always talk
'Cause
about.
you making excuses. They not.
Yeah, exactly.
It's that make them. You talking about you don't even have a job and you complaining about being tired because you home with kids.
Yep.
But you got this mom of 4 that don't have a present father in their life.
Yep, and
that's working 60 hours and still come home and
still come
do
home,
what she got to
cook,
do,
clean, do what she
and
got to
then
do.
still work on her business.
And then, yep.
What's your excuse? She better than you?
Exactly. And
So,
brother, that was a great.
Check her, and she was making excuses, but then I checked her. She was like, damn.
But guess what?
She was like, you know
humbled
what? You're
herself.
right. You're right.
Right?
I'm a bullshitter. I'm like, no, you're not a bullshitter. You're just bullshitting. Just
Exactly.
reinvent yourself.
Exactly, bro.
And then
and most of the time, us as brothers
I had to do it to myself first, though.
us as brothers and sisters, we are the reasoning for our downfalls. We gotta stop blaming the Lord for everything. Yes, He controls all things, but He always says what?
What he says, when you are tempted, I do not tempt you.
I never tempt a
But
man
you're
to do
tempted
evil.
by your own lust.
I don't tempt a man to do evil. I will always, and I'm just paraphrasing, I will always give you an option
I'll
out.
always give you an option out.
So if you out here and you like, in the mind, your mind is saying, yo, I want to start this business because I'm tired of working my 9 to 5. Then every time you about to start saving money, you never save the money, knowing that it only is going to take you maybe 4 or 5 paychecks, maybe 3 months to save up enough to take the, and I want to say gamble, or take the risk, or trusting in the Lord to just say, all right, you know what? I'm going to pull a trigger. I'm going to get this land deal. They want 15K. You over here worried about the 15K. Like, damn, man.
I don't want to see it go.
I don't want to see this go.
What if it don't work?
Now you idolizing what? The money.
Yup.
Not understanding that the money was only used as a purpose to be what? A hedge of protection for greater.
It's a tool.
It's a tool. Money is a tool.
Guess what? And what happens if you have a tool? You got a drill.
You got it what?
Drill break. Guess what? Go get another drill.
Go get another drill.
You save up some money, you invest it, and you lose it. Oh well.
Go-
Save
you
up
learn-
another
you
3
learn,
months
and then
do it again. But
And-
this time you learn. Okay,
From-
what did I do wrong?
Exactly.
All right, I did this wrong.
Exactly.
All right, next time I'm gonna try it this way.
And
And,
you-
then even if you fail again, you learn again and you do it again, bro.
And I'm going to say this one thing, and I want to make this very clear to all you brothers and sisters. If you hold on to money like it's the most precious thing on the world, you're guaranteed to lose it.
Guaranteed to lose it.
Money is literally just a tool to help supplement your life. I know so many people, right? And it's mostly broke people. So a lot of our brothers and sisters do this. You used to being broke. You ain't had no money for the past 6 months. You finally come into, like, let's say, 2 grand. You over here knowing that you owe this person 500, you owe this person 400, you owe this, you owe this bill, that. You don't want to give up the 2 grand, and it's detrimental unto you because you never got no money. Not understanding the Lord blessed you with that 2 grand so you can have less pressure on your life by paying your debts.
And your debts. Once you pay your
Once
debts,
your debts, guess what? That monkey
That-
off your
that
back.
burden
But
is
guess
off
what?
your
Most
back.
of our brothers and sisters like, yo, man, I've been broke, man. I'm gonna try to hold on to this. Now, all of a sudden, you start noticing the Lord testing you.
know
Every
what?
time you look up,
I've been
all of a
looking
sudden,
at watch.
oh no, not even that.
Yeah,
All of
yeah.
a sudden, your tire pop. You was holding on to that money, and all of a sudden, all this bad shit start happening. Tire pop. Why? Because you what? Worshiping the money.
Yeah.
You can't worship 2 masters.
that's the realest shit ever.
People don't ever understand this. You finally get some cash in your hand, and you like, all right, I got two racks, dog. You know damn well this bill, you owe $1,000 to these people. You might owe $250 for this. Your electricity bill is skyrocketing because you ain't paid. You've been asking for extensions and shit, but you like, damn, dog, I ain't had this kind of money in a while. And guess what? You hold on to it, and then it slowly gets pulled away from you. Why? Because you're worshiping the money instead of handling business. So next thing you know, you'll notice one day the tire pop. Damn, I gotta pay a $250 for a new tire. All of a sudden, your fucking transmission, you're like, damn, dog, you just putting out money. Your car was fine.
You
All
could
this,
have just paid the debts. And
Your-
your car
your-
probably would have been fine.
your car was fine this entire 6 months. Your bills was
as
been
soon as
piling
you
up.
got money, that's
As
when
soon
it-
as you got money, because what they do is they start worshiping the money.
So
You
I'm
start,
like, okay.
bro, ego, pride. Yo, it will blow your mind that when these words I'm speaking to you, brothers and sisters, and I promise you, if you just take this advice, you can ask any of these brothers. I literally let money go like it's water. I am the first to be brotherly. Oh, you got it. Don't worry about it. I help with that. You good? Well, what you bitching about? Nah, man, I ain't got. Man, here. Oh shit, I got a bill. Ask any of them. Bill come in $2,000. I only got $2,200. I got $200 to my name though. That bill paid. Woo, I feel good. Ask any brother. I'm quick to let money go. Guess what? The Lord always makes sure I got more. It's scary. I'm that one brother that always seem to have money because I don't be giving up. Fuck about
One of the realest things ever is when you focus less on something. This is ironic. When you focus less on something, that's when you tend to attract it more.
Yep.
It works for money,
Yep.
people,
Yep.
women,
Mm-hmm.
opportunities.
Uh-huh.
The more you harp on something and you obsess, people in the world will tell you obsess over your business or whatever, and you'll be successful. That's too true to an extent. But for the most part, if you obsess over positive things like growth and knowledge and wisdom, good things, making money is easy. When you focus on just becoming a smarter, I want to learn how to solve problems. I want to learn how to connect with people.
Bro.
I want to know how to build relationships.
Knowledge is power.
I want to be a master electrician. If that's all you focus on, guess what? You're not even thinking about the money. Next thing you know, opportunities and
It all starts to
money
come
is-
around. I'll give you another scenario. I'm going to use the human hand. Very fragile. The human hand is very fragile naturally, right? But let's just say I'm a fighter, and every day I hit a hard object. The first fucking 100 hits, my hand bleeding, it hurt, it's sore, but every day I go in and keep hitting it. Eventually, what happens? The bones calcify, your arm gets stronger, the muscles tighten up. It's now getting ready for the impact. Then
gets
once
stronger.
hard object now starts to become softer. Why? Did it become softer, or did you and your action become
Adapt.
stronger and adapt to it? Eventually, the hard object starts to crumble and dent. Next you know, you broke through. That's everything in your life. I promise you, if you look at that, that's exactly what it is. This is why the Lord says, seek ye the kingdom of heaven first, and everything else should be added on to you. So this is why we have to what? Seek out our own salvation with fear and trembling with all our might. And if we do that and we stay consistent with that, everything else will be added on to you. Stop worrying about the money and worry about where you're trying to go, and watch more money come.
Worry about the process and not the destination.
It's like a brother who overweight and he in the gym for a month and he don't really see too much of a difference.
Then he get discouraged.
He get discouraged.
He too focused on, yo, I can't wait till I get to
I gotta get these abs
30
right now.
instead
Bro.
of just falling in love with actually working out.
Falling in love with the actual
actually falling
process.
in love with, like, you know what? I love eating clean because I feel good.
I feel better, and all of a sudden, because what's the first thing about working out? The first thing is this: it only takes 2 weeks to get in shape. When I say get in shape, I'm not talking about
Your body
getting
is
the
that.
body.
Your body
I'm
is
talking
that.
about being able. The first day you go run on a treadmill for a mile, you're like,
you tense it up, your legs is heavy.
I can't do it.
Shit is cool.
Then the next day you get the courage to go do it again. Then the next day. Then the next day. After that first week, that mile starts to become, this ain't that bad. It's just a mile. Next thing you know, you might go 1.5.
Yep.
2 miles. You on a second week running a mile I'm talking about 1 mile every day. Everybody should be able to do that, by the way, unless you got
It's
some
like,
kind of
yeah.
ailment. But let's be realistic. A mile ain't shit.
Mile ain't shit.
It ain't shit, bro.
It's not.
It's really not shit.
Bro, you get to the point where
Like,
you do it.
this
You
is
do a
like-
mile in 9-10 minutes, bro.
And then eventually what will happen? That mile becomes easy. Then out of nowhere, mind you, this is within 2 weeks. Then all of a sudden, within 4 weeks, you notice that you might have lost only 5 to 6 pounds. You're not understanding that fat and muscle weigh the same but look completely different. A pound of fat is going to look like this. A pound of muscle going to look like that. So you looking at the scale, I ain't losing no weight. You getting discouraged. Instead of falling in love with the process. You keep going, 2 months in, all of a sudden you start noticing, oh shit, stomach coming down, and then you become addicted to the process. A year from now, you look up, you got perfect abs, you in shape, your energy is loud. You're now attracting what? Because people respect those who are disciplined. Think about it. When you go to an interview, if you walk into an interview and you're overweight, the first thing people are going to think is, this person doesn't have enough discipline to take care of their own selves. How are they going to take care of this business?
Don't let the interviewer be in shape.
And don't let and I'm just being honest. I'm not telling everybody you gotta be bodybuilders. I'm just giving perspective
Just being
here.
fit. being lean.
I'm giving perspective here. This is why also the Lord says, study to show thyself approved. Now we're going to switch it over to studying. You can't be mad at another brother for knowing more precepts than you when you barely read. And you mad at yourself, man, bro, I don't even know where that joint at, bro. When's the last time you read it?
Or you don't even know the precept. Like, damn, how you know all these precepts?
Well, brother,
I'm a brother. Now, I like to think that I know a good amount of precepts.
But
I might not know where the precepts are, but I know the precept,
Exactly.
and I can break it down.
But guess what?
Again, my lot is a little different.
But I'll be realistic.
That's dope. Because I actually do read the books.
But we know you do, bro. That's why we don't. We know he does. Why? Because literally, I could be like, yo, I just did it early in the camp. I said, yo, what's that John? We're talking against. Is that Corinthians? He was like, yeah. It's Corinthians. 1 Corinthians. I was like, oh shit, yeah, you're right. All right, bet. I didn't know where it was, but I know he studied it so much that he helped. Mind you, then we can talk about the body. It just came full circle. But I want to give everybody understanding that it's not. Don't fall in love with the destination before you get there. Fall in love with the process to get there. The Lord says, what? If ye be faithful unto death, I shall give thee what? A crown of life. I shall give you a crown of life. How do you get that crown of life? You got to fall in love with this truth to the point where all you want to do, now I'm not saying, when I say all you want to do, I'm not talking about these incels that just, well, all I want to do is this all day, but they're not doing anything for their lives. The Lord don't want any of us to be broke. He don't want any of us to be
because being broke is hard.
Because being broke is going to take away from the truth. If you always worried about, we've watched so many people fall out because they cannot full circle their entire thing. Literally, we got brothers
being broke is a burden.
They're literally, because they're broke, they don't want to go to camp. Because they broke, they don't want to go to do the truth.
Or they can't make it to camp.
Or they can't make it to camp. But then you peel back the layer of the onion and be like, yo, brother, but why can't you
down.
So why don't you go get a job? Nah, man, I like my freedom. Then don't complain about not having anything when the Lord made you strong enough and capable, but you want to be idle.
Scriptures say, hate not laborious work.
Hate not laborious work.
If a man don't work, a man don't.
And if a man don't, exactly. So in everything you do, don't fall in love with the money, because that's not our God. Our God is Yahweh Shemel Shah. Fall in love with the process, the hardship, right? Be a faithful soldier. Gird yourself up. The scripture said about gird yourself up. This, in turn, will get you to where you need to go. So if you got a business idea in your mind, you got something that you've been always wanting to do, that all you ever do is your pride and your ego get in the way.
That's the way.
Your fear, not understanding your fear or whatever, gets in your way. You cannot blame the Lord for that. You must blame yourself, because the Lord made you capable enough to achieve what you were thinking about. If you can think it, and you can visualize it, and you believe in Yahweh Shemel Shah, you will obtain it. If it's for you, because the Lord will block certain blessings, because He knows some brothers can't have money. Some brothers can't handle it. I understand. I'm gonna make that really clear. But when I'm talking about your daily bread, the Lord tells you He's gonna give you your daily bread.
That's the difference. Right. There's a difference between you. That's why the prayer in Proverbs where Solomon said, "Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me." Mm-hmm. It's so heavy when you really meditate on it, because I've been in a position where I've been very broke, and I've been in a position where I've had excess, and I'm now in a position to where I'm pretty good. I'm not really hurting.
I mean, you're not rich.
I'm not rich,
but look, if I got my car right now, if my car fucking engine starts I'm like, all right, man, I got the bread. Let me go get this fixed real quick. I need to get the A to B. My electricity get cut off. Actually, it's not gonna get cut off because I'm disciplined enough to know when that bill come around, just pay it. Even if I only got $500 left to my name and that bill come in at $300, I'm like,
yeah, it's like I'll work and I'll have enough money in my bills to be paid, and I'll still have a little bit left over.
And I'm happy with that.
And it's cool, because guess what? That's convenient for you. It's neither poverty nor riches. Your bills are paid, so I don't ever have to worry about, damn, how am I pay this bill? Why? Because I work. But I still always make sure I come and do the work. Like I just told you, I did a 16. And I gotta be up at 5 a.m.
Yep.
And I gotta be up early too.
I'm on 2 hours of sleep, and I'm like, all right, we gotta go to camp. It's the Shabbat right now. It's nothing else to do. Let's get this working. And then guess what? We're gonna go to camp tomorrow as well.
Exactly.
Lord willing, but we will. I mean, because that is our actual camp day, But at the end of the day, I can use myself as a testimony. Like I said, these brothers know that I never complain about anything ever. I don't complain about money at all. I've been literally homeless, broke with us, that I laid off, not a single penny to my name. No income. Mortgage is backed up $15K. Not making it up. And I went to camp 2-3 times a week. You never even see me sweat. I used to come, what's up, Ellis? What we doing? You good? Yeah, I'm chilling. Don't worry about it. I'm good. You never, it's Yahweh living. I don't complain. I'd be like, yo, you're like, Shalom, it really be just on some other shit. You would have even known that I was going through all of that because I didn't put that out there. I just like, yo, bro, like, man, the Lord gonna do what the Lord gonna do, man. Yo, we can't.
It's like we the close circle, so we know what's going on, but we don't really feel the severity of it because like, the brother never really made it seem severe. I'm not calling brothers like, I lost my job and shit, but
Yeah. I chalked it up.
Yeah, it is what it is, but the Lord gonna make a way.
That was all I did.
So now we don't even have a sense of like, it's kind of like, yo, if you got a child, your child fall, like a 2-year-old, if you go, oh my God, they're going to freak out. But if you go, oh, you all right? Get up, come on. Then you're more likely to be like, oh, okay, it's not that bad. Mm-hmm. So, but this brother, on the reverse, this brother like, yeah, man,
damn, man, yo, I'll come in, I'll be like this, yeah, bro. Damn, my mortgage like $12,000 right now. Like, so, yo, what's up? What we doing? What's the topic for today? And I'm chilling. Out of nowhere, the Lord did this.
Like, yo, bro, you good? You need something? No,
I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll let y'all know if I need something. I'm good. Don't worry about it. Right. I didn't want to put a burden on brothers, and I know I could. I could call these brothers. Yo, brother, you send me like 200 real quick. I just need to yam me. I ain't do that to nobody. I was on some shit. I'm good, bro. Don't worry about it. And out of nowhere, because I trusted in the Lord. I stayed steady in the work. The Lord blessed me. I got a phone call out the blue. Didn't even put an application in. Hey, we're looking for such and such. We saw your resume. Are you still looking for a job? I'm like, well, yeah. Well, is it possible you could interview right now? I'm like, well, sure. I can. He said, okay. Well, we're gonna give you a call in about 10 minutes. If you can be ready, I'm gonna get I interview with the recruiter first. Recruiter was so blown away by, mind you, stay prepared, so stay ready, so you ain't got to get ready. I've been wrote a 30, 60, 90, 10 years ago that I can take it to any corporate office and it will work. The Lord gave me that ability. I took the quick interview. It's like, all right, well, it's going to be me. I've been laid off for literally 8 months straight. Bills are piling up. I didn't let it defeat me. I'm going online looking for little, all right, any self-help options. All right, let me just chill out. Boom. I was thankful that I still had a roof over my head. If I had to get in my car and drive somewhere, I had a car. You know what I'm saying? Just so happened my heat was still on. And that's back when, and I can be honest, I didn't pay my freaking gas bill.
That was during like the COVID era where they weren't shutting people shit off.
Bro, I didn't pay my gas bill. My gas bill got so high, it was like $5,000. And they finally was like, yo, we gonna shut you off if you don't start. I straight was like, all right, man, out of nowhere. Can't make this up as Yahweh living. I get a phone call from this recruiter. I blew her away by my expertise. She said, can you do another interview today? I said, well, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna let the district manager know that we like you, and we'll call you back in a little bit. So I'm sitting there going like this. I got a freaking, I just went and put a freaking t-shirt on with a tie. I'm in my drawers, sitting at my drawer, and I do the Zoom call. And I'm like, man, it's gonna be what it's gonna be at this point. Mind you, the recruiter, the manager didn't even put herself on camera. I had to put myself on camera. So I'm thinking, are they going to look at me and be racist? Are they going to not like something? I'm thinking, I don't even know what this person looks like. But I'm sitting here interviewing. By the end of that interview, the exact words was, well, we really want to hire you. How soon can you start? I straight was like, well, I'm available. When's the next? Well, can we get you in here Monday, start the training and all that? Bro, got a corporate job, management. That was the Lord. Remember, then I told you that my mortgage backed up like 12 to 15K. Out of nowhere, came across my feed. It was like America and any brothers and sisters that need this. It's a fund that all Americans are allowed to have. You can only use it once. It was like something America Relief Fund. It's a grant. It's not a loan. Literally, they give you the money. So I literally, and just so happened, let me give you the criteria. The only way you can get this grant is if you have a job proving that you can keep up with your mortgage after they help you get back to normal. I just got a job. They just handed it to me. I went online and came across my feed. I'm like, and it was like, and I called the people. I'm like, yeah, how you doing? Yeah, I'm looking at I sent over myself. They said, sir, we can't approve you because you have to have proof of income that you can keep up with the mortgage after we help you get out of the hole. I said, well, I just got hired from a job. I said, well, listen, once you get your onboarding paperwork, send it over. I'm like, what in the world? Bro, can't make this up. They finally got my paperwork. I signed my contract. Boom, I send it over to these people. They straight like, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna pay your entire $15,000 debt plus the next month to give you a buffer, and your income looks like you're gonna be able to keep up with it. Congratulations, sir.
You don't know what that is.
It was the most humbling 8-9 months of my life, but I stood steadfast for the Lord. I wasn't worried about the money. I was worried about this truth. I stayed convicted. I just said, you know what? The Lord doing what he doing for whatever reason he doing it. Trust in him. Trust in him. And I'm giving y'all straight real testimony. I'm giving y'all a part of something that most people don't even know about. And that's how I got out of it. The Lord did that. Out of nowhere. It was just like boom, 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 boom. And that's me keeping it raw, unfiltered, just call Haloyim Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And I never burdened any of these brothers with it.
Proverbs 11:1-2. The Lord detests, and it's the NLT. The Lord detests the use of dishonest scales, but he delights in accurate weights. Pride leads to disgrace, but with humility comes wisdom.
And I was humble the whole time. Brothers was asking me, yo, bro, did you eat? You good? You all right? I'm good, brothers. Don't worry about it, yo. I was going to camp more than everybody. I was doing camp 2, 3 times, 4 times a week. Every time, brother, yo, anybody want to go out? Yeah, I go out. I had nothing to do. I'm going. I came home. I was, all right, my lights on, my water on. I'm all right. I can take a shower. I'm all right, If I'm hungry, I call somebody, y'all cooking? I was just keeping it humble. And then the Lord straight just delivered me because I passed his test. Well, for whatever reason, he tested me. And mind you, the job I had before I lost everything, bro, I was making clear over 6 figures. And I got to be honest, I was eating. Everybody, Shalom, got, bro. And then when it hit rock bottom, but I didn't miss a single beat. Like, all right, what's up? We good. Come on. And this is why I'm telling y'all, brothers and sisters, if your pride and your ego is in the way of your development, you must self-reflect. Pray unto the Lord to give you that eyesight so you can see clearly through your own bullshit. Stop blaming everybody in the world. Stop waiting until you hit rock bottom to finally want to pull yourself up when the Lord gave you enough room to breathe. Why are you waiting until you almost drowning to finally try to come up? When you might be right here.
You just barely above water, but you like, all right, I'm good. And it's like, yo, no.
The Lord letting you breathe right now. All right, bro. All right, well.
All right, what you gonna do?
Okay. What you gonna do with it?
You gonna try to swim the shore?
And the Lord said, well, get that scripture you just quoted earlier. The Lord does not tempt a man.
The Lord does not tempt a man to do evil.
Yep.
But
Get
with that temptation.
Yep. Get that precept, man. I don't care about the money, but I care about my life. I care about the brothers and the sisters, my daughter and my mother. I care about the things around me. How can I sit here and be good to them if I'm not good to myself? And how does a man be good to himself? By following the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You must show obedience for the master wanted to be able to bless you, bro. You can't be obedient, then what are you expecting? You don't apply the scriptures to your life, then what are you expecting? You wonder why you hurt? Bro, what have you actually tried? Did you take the leap? Are you trusting? Or are you sitting here in your own misery and pride and ego, and all it's doing is making you sink lower and lower? And the Lord looking at you, my son, I didn't want you down there, but because you can't get right, I'm going to leave you down there. But go ahead.
1 Corinthians 10:13 gets to the point.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There have no temptation taken you, but as such is common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with that temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it.
So you could be able to bear it, man. Maybe I was super prideful when I had all that bread, right? Driving nice cars, you know what I'm saying? Tripping, doing whatever I want. Popping bottles, bro. The Lord probably was like, yo, you a little too arrogant, brother. I love you, my son, but I must chastise you as my son. So now it's time to, remember, the Lord says, I bring up, I bring down. I make rich, I make poor. I kill, I make alive. All right? I kill, I make alive. There's no other power besides me. And I'm paraphrasing right now. This is what the Lord said. And if you brothers really live this truth and you really believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua like you say, then you should be moving with a lot more confidence. But I'm not talking confidence as an ego. I'm talking confidence in the power and the spirit of the Lord. All right?
James 4, and I'll start at 6. Matter of fact, let's start at 5. This is in the NLT. NLT is beginning differently. Do you think the scriptures have no meaning? They say that the Most High is passionate that the Spirit He has placed within us should be faithful to Him. And He gives grace generously, as the scriptures say. The Most High opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. So humble yourselves before the Most High. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Come close to Yahweh, and Yahweh will come close to you. Wash your hands, you sinners, purify your hearts, for your loyalty is divided between the Most High and the world. Let there...
Right, I'm sorry, brother. Your loyalty is divided between the Most High and the world. You cannot serve two masters. Once you are willing to let go of the world, the Lord will start to speak to you clear. And then all of a sudden, doors will just open up. Like, it just happens. Yo, I don't even want to bring this up. We went to the Eagles game yesterday, right?
Oh, shit.
And this is the Lord. We must be doing something right for the Lord to bless us with this.
Yeah,
Me and the brother was walking to the concession stand just to go grab a drink. We was going to go grab a drink. And we seen a childhood friend we haven't seen since we were kids. I will look over, I was like, yo, is that PJ? He's like, yo, what's going on, brothers? He walks over to us like, yo, brothers, who y'all with? We like, yo, it's me and my pop, we all did it. He said, yo, I got y'all. Don't pay for nothing else. I said, huh? He said, don't pay for nothing else. I don't pay for a drink. I'll be right back. In fact, give me your number. I'm going to call you when I'm ready. He disappeared. I got a text message. Yo, come out. Mind you, the Lord already blessed us to have great seats. We already was on a 50-yard line, bright lights, and yo, as how we're living. We come back out. He says, yo, here's some VIP passes. See that blue door? Go straight down to the basement. It's all you can eat, all you can drink, top shelf everything. You can touch and take whatever you want. Also, you'll be able to see the players up close. I said, huh? Out the blue. He like, what do you mean? He said, bro, you cool. He said, who else you with? Your pop with you and all that? Let me see if I get some more passes. And blessed all of us. Just straight said, yo, here. Just because, mind you, I haven't seen this man since I was
More than
15, 14 years old.
More than 10 years, man.
14 years. I haven't seen him personally since I was 14 years old.
Yeah.
And literally, just so happened, the first game of the season, we run into him, bro. Hundreds of thousands of people in this damn stadium. And how all of a sudden he's beelining towards us.
Yo.
That was the Lord. Obviously we're doing something right where the Lord said, go ahead and enjoy that. And bro, I'm talking about instead of us breaking the bank, bro, I'm talking about we down in the locker room. Like, oh,
He taught you right before your sense.
bro, and we start, right, bro. I'm talking about we about to sit here and buy a drink and spend literally, it was like $70-something for the first round.
Yeah.
It was like, bro, cool, I got it. Don't worry about it. He walked up on us, yo, bro, don't touch nothing else. I got you. And then said, future references, if you ever come to the stadium, just give me a call. I'm always going to show love. If that's not the Lord, what is it? The brother didn't have, he could have just said, hey, I ain't see you all in a while. He straight wanted to get here. He just like here. And I'm not. That's not saying anything to brag. I'm giving all glory unto the Lord.
Yeah, it's a testament.
I'm just, cause some people are like, oh, no, that's all. Bro, that just so happened. Just so happened, bro. He just straight said here, bro. We walked down and we walked over. I was a little scared at first because we got the passes. I'm like, the lady look at us. Go ahead. I said, oh.
No, you know what? Another thing too is you gotta say where it's a little bit more exclusive than that. It's like a society within society.
Oh, it was a society within society. Basically, the rich of the richest, the people who got all the money that don't want to be with the crowds, they were in this freaking. It was called the FanDuel Lounge. Bro, I'm talking about.
Doesn't know that exists.
I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah.
I've been in this stadium how many times and didn't even know this was there. Bro, I'm talking about they had
it's like a small Xfinity Live within the stadium.
within the stadium, and then literally you got the glass window and you could see the video. We saw the play. We this close to the players and they walking by us and we like, oh snap.
Yeah,
and we just sitting there like, yo, whoa.
That shit was crazy. Bro.
You know what I mean? And bro, that was the Lord. Obviously we're doing something enough where he's like, all right, yo, y'all can have that. And guess what? Get your ass to camp the next day. Oh, y'all got camp? You make sure you take you think I was gonna miss this camp? Oh no. I hear all praise to the Most High. I was thankful, I was grateful. Even if I never get that experience ever again, all praise to the Most High. Thank you. All right, you finish that? Yeah. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'Harakat Dash, the line to the elders and apostles. Shalom to the elect. Shalom to all you brothers and sisters on the comment board. Really